Welcome to the Practiceology 7 Questions in 7 Minutes podcast. I'm your host, Paul Wright. In this podcast, we share the secrets of elite allied health business ownership and teach you the strategies, tactics, and mindset needed to grow a highly profitable and successful allied health business that works without you. If you'd like to work directly with the Practiceology team and receive personal coaching and mentoring to help you earn more, work less, and enjoy your life as a health business owner, visit mypracticeology.com to find out more and apply. All right, in today's episode, I'm joined by Annie Brown, who I found on LinkedIn, and I just thought, gee, that's a very interesting profile. So I messaged Annie and said, yeah, I love you on the podcast, and then here she is. Annie, thanks for joining us.
Ta-da! Thank you.
Who was originally from the cold world of Minneapolis, but now she's moved down to sunny Florida. So she's seen the light. The background of Annie, she's the founder and CEO of Prospect Providers. And this came about in 2000. Annie used her education and background in business admin and marketing. She helped a chiropractic clinic more than triple its personal injury income. That was back in 2000. Other health professionals seeing this success sought out her services as a result of that, and the response was overwhelming, as you can imagine. So Prospect Providers was born from that. In the years since, the business has expanded their services to other professionals, such as personal injury attorneys throughout the USA, and they've helped hundreds of clients grow their business through personal injury cases. And I love their mission. It's to help people stay off drugs and opioids. And that's why they love how health business or health professionals provide a natural alternative to the body and recover after an injury or accident. I love the whole angle. When I saw the profile, I thought, I've got to get Annie on the podcast. But can she do all this in 7 minutes? That's the question. Let's see. Are you right to go, Annie?
I'm ready to go. I'm
right.
excited. I'm like not sure what we're doing. Ready? Keep going.
Right. Well, let's see how we go. Well, your timer has started. Annie, who's your ideal client at Prospect Providers?
Well, currently, ideal client would probably be a chiropractor. Just we can work with other types of people, but definitely a chiropractor. That's an ideal client. Quick answer for you.
Okay. I know I'll give you. So why just chiros? Because they're the best market?
Well, it can be PI attorneys. It could be physical therapists. You know, I specialize in helping people get names and addresses of people that have been in car accidents and then helping them know how to get them into the door. So whoever that would be, you know, currently the majority of people I've worked with for 24 years are chiropractors.
Question 2 then, with about 6 and a bit minutes left. So what's the problem you solve for these chiropractors, Annie, and health professionals?
I help them make more money and help car accident victims.
Well done. Question 3 then. So from the work you've done with chiropractors over the years, what are the symptoms you've seen from chiropractors when they approach you? What are they suffering from? Lack of business?
Money. Lack of consistent money flow coming in from an inconsistent source of car accident victims coming in the door.
So they're getting some, but there's not a system for it. They're dripping
no
in.
System. There's no consistent, predictable marketing strategy that's producing results over a period of time that's consistent.
Okay. So then the common mistakes. So what have you seen when they come to you? What have they been trying and doing? What are the mistakes they've been making over the years before they finally find you?
Yeah, well, A, they're either not doing it. B, they've tried stuff like this, but have altered parts of it that make it not successful. There is an exact correct way to do this. And if you don't know what that is, you're not going to do it right. So that's the short answer for you on that.
So they're shotgunning it. They're trial and error and hoping for the best without having the system in place.
That's right. Or they don't do it, or they don't do it at all. They don't even try.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question 5. So let's say we've got an audience listening, which are health business owners out there today who think this might be of interest to them, this marketing approach. What can they do? What's the valuable free action? How can they check it out or get started? What should they do?
Well, your first thing you should probably try to find out, and you could do on your own, is marketing to car accident victims in your state something you can do legally. So I abide and check. I have an attorney that I work with, and I make sure that what we're doing is completely compliant in every state. Every state has its own laws. So that's going to be your first hoop to jump through. And it's going to be the first hoop I deal with you when you come to me.
And so across the states, I'll throw an extra question. It's not on our list. So across the USA, there's different laws in each place. So some you can contact, and what is it based on? Is it just the legislation in each individual state? Is it?
Sure, each state has their own bar association for the attorneys. Each state has their own chiropractic board. Each state has their own laws regarding public records. So I get my data from the police station, sheriff's department, and highway patrol offices. That's where I get my information. So it has to be public record in that state. So you're going to want to know what your state law. If you don't know what they are, you can contact me, but you can also go spend the time researching it on your own.
Got it. Question 6 with a few minutes left. So what's the resource? How can they have a chat to you? How can they find out more if this for them? What do they do?
Most recommended way to get a hold of me is text me on my cell. It's 818-653-0288. I don't know how that works for out of country because I don't deal with most anybody out of country. So I don't know how to tell you how to get a hold of me out of country. You can email me, Annie B. So that's for Brown, but it's just ANNIEB at caraccidentlist.com. So, but if you're in the US and whatever, you text me on that cell and just say your name, Dr. Schmidt, and then your address of your clinic. And then, yeah, obviously, hey, I'd like to find out more. And then I'll text you back and we'll set up, or I'll have my assistant text you and we'll jump on a scheduled call.
Beautiful. And what's your website? Can you give the website out for
Sure, yeah. It's www.prospectprovidersusa.com. Prospectprovidersusa.com.
Got it. Question 7 with a bit over a minute to go. What's the one question, Annie, that I should have asked you that would give great value to the audience today?
Well, you did cover the legal aspect. The one question that you should have asked me to give great value. Yeah, how about this one? I get this question a lot. Is this ambulance chasing?
I was going to say that. I was actually thinking if she doesn't come up with one, I'm going to ask about.
I'll bring it up.
You're an ambulance chaser, Annie.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Yeah. You're there to help people that have been injured. I'm now talking to, I'm talking to any profession, even a PI attorney. Your job is to help in this case, car accident victims. You get paid better from helping crash victims just based on the insurance setup, blah, blah, blah. So what? If you're following the laws of the land, if you're not exorbitantly billing for unneeded services, if you're not violating the laws of how to get the names and addresses and market to crash victims, if you're not doing that, so what? Who cares? Smarter, not harder. You don't need to be a dumb business owner. There's nothing wrong with being smarter and knowing, hey, there's more fish over in the right side of the pond. Let's go over there. Why not? Why not do that? And that doesn't, I've talked to chiropractors, they want to help crash victims. So help crash victims. That's your specialty.
We've got to get out of our judgment or our thing. Well, that's dodgy marketing, but it's not. This is a need. This is a patient list with a need that possibly isn't being met, and you have an obligation to help them if you can. That's
exactly. And if you also take it back a little farther and you go, where did what's called in marketing, it's called black PR, black propaganda, which is its own subject. But if you look at who started the bad connotation of ambulance chasing, you would ask the question, who benefits from having you not do that? One could answer that with the insurance companies. So it's in the best interest of the insurance companies to keep going and propagating an idea of a black propaganda idea of you're an ambulance chaser and then don't do it, right? It's like, it's a tactic used in marketing, which I'm a specialist in marketing. So there's positive angles for marketing and there's negative angles for marketing.
I love it. I love the session. I love the angle you come from, Annie. I love what you're doing. So, and what's the URL again? Where do they go to find you? Give us the website.
It's just Prospect Providers. So Prospect singular, providers plural, USA.com. And there's ways to get a hold of me even through the website. So yeah.
Fantastic. Thanks for joining us on the podcast, Annie. Great episode. I love what you're doing. Well done.
Thank you. And it's very good to meet you from all the way across the world.
No problem. I'll see you all in the next episode. Thanks for joining us on this episode of the Practiceology 7 Questions in 7 Minutes podcast. For more episodes and to subscribe, rate and leave a review, head over to iTunes. And if you'd like to increase your health business profits, reduce your personal work hours, and spend more time with your family and friends, you can find out more about the Practiceology Mentor Program at mypracticeology.com.